Tetsuya Naito! What is Naito doing here on NLW?
No, this can't be happening. Now, no good. Ugh. I fired Naito. What is he doing showing up on NLW? Ugh. Hello?
Commissioner, what do you think you're doing?
Triple H, Mr. Executive Vice President of NLW. I was making an example out of Naito last week after he attacked me. Why is he still employed with the company?
Tetsuya Naito is a valuable asset that you squandered on metal by not keeping him happy. So NLW Commissioner Shawn Michaels signed him to NLW Live. It's as simple as that.
Oh yeah, how would Shawn Michaels know he didn't have a no-compete clause? Did you have something to do with this, Hunter?
I did, and guess what? Since you went against my orders and booked a Steel Asylum match for tonight, I'm gonna be at Metal next week to talk to you face to face.
What, so I can't book my own show's main events, but as soon as I announce a Steel Asylum, HBK is free to book a triple cage match for NLW True Grit to try and one-up me, yeah?
If you take that tone with me, I'll...
What, cancel Metal? Come here next week and try me, mate. Goodbye, Hunter. Damn it!
Are you ready to enter hell? Tonight's main event will be contested inside the Steel Asylum for the vacant NLW Hardcore Championship. 6 men enter, 1 man leaves as champion. Who will it be? Stick around to find out. Plus, folks, next week there's going to be a triple threat match for the Metalweight Championship. Samoa Joe defends against Jon Moxley, and the winner of our opening contest. It's Pete Dunne versus Edge. The winner goes to the title match next week. And now Edge choking out Pete Dunne in the ropes. And now forces the break, but Pete Dunne not in a good way right now. As Edge whips him off the ropes, but lands on the top, lands on his feet, delivers the enziguri and goes behind. But Edge reverses. German suplex. Pete Dunne lands on his feet in the bruiserweight with a brutal kick, going for the X-Plex. But Edge turns it into the execution DDT. Edge had it well scouted, and now he is setting him up. Wants to hit the spear, but can he do it? No! Pete Dunne leapfrogs it, and now on the second rope, moonsault to the outside. Diving onto Edge, and wiping out the Rated R superstar, who now is back in the ring and in trouble. Bitter end coming. No! Sunset flip reversal, but a kick out right into the triangle. Triangle choke from Pete Dunne. Is Edge gonna tap out? Oh, and look at this. Raking the eyes of the bruiserweight and hits the spear. And Edge is going to the triple threat match next week. Edge using the dirty tactics to win this one. Now it will be him, Jon Moxley and Samoa Joe in a triple threat match. And are we looking at the next Metalweight champion? Well, Seth, it's been a week. Are you ready to fight tonight? You know what, Sami, I was, but my elbow is still causing me problems. Sorry, pal. Just unlucky, I guess. Boy, Seth, that injury sounds pretty bad, huh? Funny enough, I talked to the commissioner, and he's not exactly your biggest fan, is he? Yeah, we've got a history. What's that got to do with now? Well, he said it's going to be me and you one-on-one next week for that Intercontinental title, and if you don't compete, you're stripped of the belt. So I hope that elbow heals up, Seth, because I'm going to see you next week. Hey, Sami, I'm not ducking anyone, okay? And I'm more than happy to put you in your place. I'll see you next week then, pal. And by the way, the next time I hit you in the groin, it's not going to be accidental. There seems to be some commotion in the backstage area here. We've got Shinsuke Nakamura and John Morrison brawling in the alleyway. When Nakamura last week Kinshasa'd John Morrison after Morrison pinned Nakamura. So there's no love lost there. And he's telling him to bring it on. As Morrison walks the wall, using the parkour and diving onto everybody. And now you see at ringside Jake the Snake Roberts. He's made it clear he is looking for a new client to mentor, and he's going to scout out the competition here in this match between Cody Rhodes and The Miz. But The Miz lands on his feet, and the Cody Cutter. His wife Brandy at ringside cheering him on. Meanwhile, The Miz, he's given a lot of his money. Oh, look at this though, a DDT. I was going to say, The Miz has given a lot of his money to EC3 to invest in some stocks, wants to triple his investment, and right now he's using his charm, or lack thereof, to taunt Brandy Rhodes while the referee's distracted. And look at this, while the referee is distracted, EC3 with a chair! Wait! EC3 hitting his own man! What is this about? And Cody from behind with the crossroads. And Cody Rhodes scores the victory. And Jake the Snake looks impressed. But what about what we just saw? EC3 hitting Shawn Spears with the steel chair. I thought they were aligned. Well, The Miz gave EC3 all that money. Regardless of that though, Cody Rhodes with the victory. What's this I hear about you entering the Steel Asylum, Mox? The deal was you, me, and Joe next week in a triple threat for the middleweight title. You're gonna get hurt if you enter that match tonight. Edge, it was a random drawing. I didn't decide this. But listen, if I win tonight, I become Hardcore Champion. Think about it, man. Me as Hardcore Champ next week, maybe. I help you become Middleweight Champion. And we dominate this brand. As long as you don't get hurt. Look, I'll be there if you need me. Look, thanks but no thanks, Edge. I got this. And next week, don't worry about it. I got you covered. Now leave me alone. I gotta prep. I told you I could triple profits. Guess what, baby? I'm rich. What do you mean I'm rich? Don't you mean we? Actually, Miz, no. I'm rich. You transferred the money to me. Legally, it's mine. And since I made the stock purchases, that makes me the rich one, not you. And don't try and sue me because, let's face it, you're broke and I can afford the best lawyers. I bought out of my own contract with your talent agency, which makes me independent. No more crappy movie roles. I'm buying my way to the top of this place without you. Security, take this trash out of my sight. Hey, what? How dare you? You can't do this to me. I have had one of the worst years of my NLW career. Ever since WrestleMania, I've been on a downward spiral. I lost to Naito at Mania, I get ambushed and attacked by John Moxley, and then at Ungovernable, The Fiend laid me out. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't afraid. And just saying that makes me sick. I don't know what I've become. I won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck, and now this psycho wants to end my career. Well, I'm not letting that happen. Bray Wyatt, get your ass to this ring so we can settle this. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Kurt, I'm glad to see you recovered from what the Fiend did to you. But just a word of warning, maybe don't test his patience, man, because he can do a lot worse. And I don't want to have to be the one to end your career. I'm just trying to make you realize what you should have done a long time ago, and that's leave. Like I said last week, I see a lot of similarities between you and I, Kurt. We both had long, undefeated streaks. We've both had bad times recently. But me, I've got my friends in the Firefly Funhouse. And Kurt, right now, you don't have anybody. If I had any advice for you, it'd be to forget your past. I did, and I feel great.
You know, the Olympics, the unbeaten streak, winning the Rumble, all of that is history. And my past as well, my Wyatt family is history. I've made new friends. I've healed myself, learned to harness that bad energy. And you can too, Kurt. All you have to do is let me in.
Well, the Fiend is trying to get into the head of Kurt Angle, but will Angle succumb to his powers? Still to come, folks, our main event, Steel Asylum match, but first let's talk about next week. We learned earlier that the EVP of NLW, Triple H, will be here to confront the Commissioner about recent rumours surrounding the cancellation of the metal brand. Plus, 2 huge title matches. First of all, the Intercontinental title on the line in a rematch from Ungovernable as Seth Rollins defends against the former champion, Sami Zayn. And if Seth refuses to compete again, he will be stripped of the title. And the main event for the Metalweight Championship, Samoa Joe defends against both Edge and Jon Moxley in a triple threat match. Will Joe be able to combat the alliance between Edge and Mox? Find out next week. And speaking of Mox, he's competing in our main event, the Steel Asylum, for the Hardcore Championship. The first man to climb through the hole in the roof wins. 6 men enter, 1 leaves as champion. Every member of the Metal roster, aside from the 6 men who competed in the Elimination Chamber at Ungovernable, were put into a random generator. And the 6 men drawn will compete right now inside the Steel Asylum. Let's take it down to ringside for our main event. What a structure that has been erected here in the arena. The only way to win is to escape. We're 1 man short. The final entrant about to make his way to the ring in this hardcore title match, but well, I don't recognise this music. But who is it going to be? Who's the 6th man? The draw is here on Metal. Sami Callihan, the final entrant in the Steel Asylum, and he wants to become the Hardcore Champion. We've already seen the debut of Callihan. He's apparently the final entrant in this match. We've got Jon Moxley, Bobby Lashley, Rhino, Dustin Rhodes, Hangman Adam Page. All of these men fighting for the Hardcore title, and there's a snap Saito suplex from the top rope. All 6 of these men picked at random by a random generator. The winner becomes Hardcore Champion. And now Adam Page with that Hangman-like throw to Dustin Rhodes in the cage. And now the aim of the game, climb the side of the cage, climb through the hole in the middle of the roof. Hangman close, and Rhino with a gore. Rhino goring Hangman from the top of the cage. Who is going to escape and become the Hardcore Champion in this brutal cage match? And now Rhino working over Callihan, but driven into the cage. Meanwhile, Moxley and Lashley. And you can see there's Dustin Rhodes hanging on. But Hangman Page going to pull him down. And Dustin Rhodes hits the canvas meanwhile, walking along the cage to deliver that tornado DDT, and Moxley backdropped into the cage as Lashley cuts Sami in half with the spear. And now Hangman on the shoulders of Dustin Rhodes. There's no love lost there with the Rhodes family feud. And now Lashley pulled off at the top and gets powerbombed to the canvas. But Hangman, while the commotion's going on, he's looking to escape. But Mox sees him, and he's going to try and grab a leg, and he does, preventing Hangman from escaping the cage. Oh my God! Shooting star press from the roof, crashing onto everyone in sight. Hangman is nuts. Well, all of these guys are down. They have all put their bodies on the line. So far in this Steel Asylum match, only one can win. as Lashley gets catapulted into the cage by Dustin Rhodes, and now a clothesline to Sami Callihan. He's had a great showing in his debut here on Metal. And now Dustin Rhodes edging towards the centre. Meanwhile on the floor, there's a suplex into the cage by Moxley. And now trying to choke him out is Rhino, and both men crash to the floor. Both men crash and burn catastrophically as Sami Callihan goes after Rhino. Oh my goodness, and a slump driver into the side of the cage. That could have broken his neck. Right into the wall. Sami Callihan is a machine. And now he's going to try and escape. He's crawling, but look out. Lashley just about managed to get a foothold. And now Callihan hanging by his feet and cuts him off. What insane leaping ability from Bobby Lashley to deliver the cutter. All 6 of these men risking it all. Who's going to win? There is exhaustion here in this match. So far, Triple H, I'm sure he's not going to be happy that this match went ahead, because it has been brutal, as you see. The gore to Lashley, and now a code red from Dustin Rhodes. And here comes Hangman with a buckshot lariat. But he's back up, and a paradigm shift into the cage. Moxley, the last man standing. He said he didn't need Edge's help, but that's evident. He's this close to escaping the cage. But Callihan leaping to the top. And now it's a fight between these 2 former tag team partners. Mox and Sami battling out, and look at Edge. Edge on our announce table here. He wants to give some help to Moxley. But Moxley saying, go away, I've got this. Throwing that stick into the cage, but Sami catches it. And Mox drops to the floor. Edge has messed up big time, and Sami Callihan is the new Hardcore Champion. What a turn of events! From being randomly inserted into this match to debuting, and now in his first match here on Metal, Sami Callihan is the new NLW Hardcore Champion. But what an incredible journey it was. This Steel Asylum match was as brutal as Triple H feared, and as brutal as the Commissioner wanted. They were falling from the top of the cage at every opportunity. Then, this sea of carnage, the buckshot, the paradigm shift into the cage, it came down to Moxley and Callihan. But Edge was there to try and help Moxley win. However, that backfired. He threw that pipe in through the hole in the top of the cage. Callihan caught it and knocked down John Moxley. Well, the business relationship between Moxley and Edge seems frayed, to say the least. And next week, how are they going to coexist against Samoa Joe in that triple threat match? That was the plan, but I think that plan may have just been thrown out the window here tonight. An insane Steel Asylum match, Metal proving it is the most dominant brand in wrestling as Sami Callihan stands tall as the Hardcore Champion.